Good morning, I am Tracy Spence with your newscast. This newscast is brought to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m. on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. And the Supreme Power Homes, call them at 800-493-9002. Now for the news in details. Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness has stated that while the government has prepared for a surge in COVID-19 cases after the Christmas season, it won't know whether these plans are sufficient until early next year. Mr. Holness was questioned by the opposition on the matter during Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives. Mr. Holness said the adequacy of the preparations will depend on the number of new COVID-19 cases. He said the best strategy is to try to prevent a huge increase. He has warned that prevention measures could be tightened in the new year if cases get too high. The Prime Minister also told the House that a new ticketing system for breaches of COVID-19 regulations should be ready soon, with the provisions to be presented to the Legislative Committee shortly. More than 100 schools across Jamaica have been inspected and given a passing grade by the Ministry of Health. Education Minister Favour Williams said the inspections are part of the assessment for the phased reopening of schools in 2021. However, Mistress Williams noted that the Health Ministry's green light did not mean the Education Ministry is ready to proceed with the opening of these schools. Mistress Williams said despite the fact that teachers and support staff are still working at schools, many educators who are working from home will have to make preparations for their children. The Education Minister was speaking Wednesday at a post-cabinet media briefing. The ministry last week completed a 2-week trial of face-to-face classes in 17 schools. Mistress Williams reported that the schools performed well in most categories of assessment, but there were weaknesses in their preparedness to deal with emergency cases. Meanwhile, the Medical Association of Jamaica, MAJ, says the right decision was made to tighten curfew hours for the Christmas and New Year's holidays. Jamaicans will be given an extra hour for activities during most of December, with the nightly curfews to begin at 10 o'clock. However, the hours will be curtailed for the public holidays. MAJ President Dr. Andrew Manning said the Prime Minister has sought to find a balance between public health and the economy. But Dr. Manning said clarification is needed on the 15-person limit in public and private places. He was speaking Wednesday on a current affairs program. Finally, the Bahamas has been placed under a new state of emergency, the third since it began dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. Governor General C.A. Semet read the proclamation Tuesday night, giving the authorities the ability to have another 6 months of emergency powers. The second proclamation was due to expire in December. Opposition leader Philip Brave Davis said that the main opposition, Progressive Liberal Party, will not support the new proclamation of emergency. The Bahamas has recorded 7,460 COVID-19 cases and 163 deaths. And that is it for the news. This newscast came to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m. on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. And the Supreme Power Homes, call us at 800-493-9002. On behalf of the news and production team, I am Tracy Spence. To have a good morning.